Hey, what's up guys, and before this story starts, I'm gonna be cancelling What If Orochimaru was Naruto's father. That story is getting really drawn out, and I see that most of you guys aren't enjoying it as much, so you guys can go ahead and check it out for yourself. So I'm gonna be giving you something new as that is over, guys. You guys can go ahead and check out ChaosMagemon. Today I'm gonna be giving you What If Naruto Was Banished and Gain a Supernatural Power Part 1, guys. If you enjoy this and you want to see part 2, just comment down below and tell me, guys, and I'll be posting part 2 for you guys. And yeah, stay in tune for the rest of the what ifs coming your way. And guys, I'm almost done with my own original what ifs, so yeah, they will be coming up very soon. And the What If Naruto Went Back in Time is going to be coming up very soon, guys. So just stay in tune and it will be out. And also stay in tune for What If Naruto was sent to the Marvel world, and I do hope that you guys enjoy. And yeah guys, remember, if you're new, to go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Animaking family. And thank you for all for helping us support, and the link will be down in the description. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin this new episode. Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
It was a long and treacherous mission for the retrieval squad of Shikamaru, Choji, Neji, Kiba, and Akamaru, but it was more treacherous for Naruto Uzumaki. It came down to fighting Sasuke with everything he got, from stopping him to go to Orochimaru. In a last effort, Naruto called upon the Kyuubi's power as he faced off against Sasuke, and this time the both of them were knocked out unconscious. When Kakashi arrived and brought the both of them back to Konoha, the group was recuperated in Konoha hospital for several days, but Naruto was discharged earlier than the others as he healed a lot quicker. He was about to grab a bite at his favorite ramen stand before an envoy landed in front of him. "Naruto Uzumaki, your presence is demanded by the council immediately." "What?" And just when I was about to eat, he sighed. "Alright then, let's get this over with." As he headed off to the building where a big issue was about to be addressed that would be leading to outrage. When he got there, he stood before Tsunade, Jiraiya, the clan heads, the elders, Naruto, for the attempt of murdering a Konoha shinobi and the threat of releasing the Kyuubi. You are hereby stripped of your rank and banished from Konoha. You have exactly 2 days to get your stuff and leave. If you are seen here after the days are up, you will be killed on sight," said Danzo. "What?" Tsunade said, as Jiraiya had to hold her back. "What the hell did you just say?" "You heard right, princess. Naruto Uzumaki is hereby banned from Konoha for the attempt murder of Sasuke Uchiha," Danzo said. "You can't do that," Naruto shouted in outrage. "But we can, Uzumaki, and we will," Homura said. "Last I recall, the mission was to bring Sasuke back to the village at all costs," Naruto said. "Regardless of the detail, you did, and you nearly murdered a Konoha shinobi," Danzo said. "So what was I supposed to do? Let Sasuke kill me and let him go to Orochimaru? Is that what you wanted? Even you old fossils should know that there is no such thing as a clean fight on the battlefield. Besides, you think that he was busted up? Look what he did to me." As he lifted up his shirt, showing 2 scars that hadn't healed properly from 2 stabs that Sasuke teared through his chest that was incredibly close to his heart. The clan heads looked in sorrow as the boy took so many hits from his supposed comrade, and he's being repaid by getting banned. "Nevertheless of your injuries, Uzumaki, our word is clear," Koharu said. "This is stupid," Naruto shouted. "You're favoriting a bloody traitor over someone who risks his life for this village?" "Silence, demon," a villager shouted, as more villagers started to trash talk Naruto. "All of you shut the hell up," Tsunade screamed. "You all cannot hold Naruto responsible for the trouble that Sasuke went through after being brought back to his village after he tried to betray it. As you can also see, Naruto can control the Kyuubi's fox power after is battling the Chunin exams when he defeated Hyuga Neji without causing him any undue harm, Jiraiya said. With all due respect, Jiraiya, Danzo said, your training with the container has not given us any desirable results. Clearly, the boy's emotion is linked to his ability to call upon his demon power. And since he's unable to control his emotions, he cannot control the power without getting all riled up and losing himself in it. The Uchiha's injuries are proof enough to attend to this. Do you really think I'm gonna let you do this? Said Tsunade. It's okay, Grandma, Naruto said. As he was looking down at the ground, Naruto Tsunade said, you council folks, you have been at my throat ever since I was born in this village. For something I didn't have any control over, or something I didn't ask for. But I guess that doesn't matter to any of you, does it? Nothing I do, it doesn't matter how much I try, you still have it out for me, no matter what I do for this village. I thought I could change all of you and let you see me for the ninja I was, but I guess I was wrong. You're just selfish assholes, biased towards anyone different from you. The civilian started to curse. All of you shut up, Tsunade said. As Hokage, I demand a compromise. If you are hereby to banish Naruto from this village, there is something that has to change as well. And what is that, Homura said. If Naruto is to be banished from this village, Sasuke Uchiha will be placed under permanent lockup, and his chakra will be sealed away for going missing ninjas and attacking his Konoha shinobi. The civilian council started to curse about that, saying that cannot happen, until Shikaku spoke. I side with Tsunade on these terms. As do I, said Choja. As do I, said Inuichi. Add me in, said Tasumi. I side with Tsunade as well, said Shibe. I side with Tsunade as well, said Hayashi Hyuga. As Tsunade looked at Danzo, all of the clan heads were siding with her, as she thought this would make him stop this nonsense about banishing Naruto. But to her surprise, well, as long as Uzumaki is banished from Konoha in 2 days, I will, Naruto said before Tsunade could say anything. Then you are hereby exiled and you should be leaving. You should not be here in 2 days. Your time starts now, Danzo said. Hearing that, Naruto simply ran out of there. Tsunade wanted to go after him, but Jiraiya stopped her. Shaking his head, this wouldn't be the best time to talk to him now. Later that night, Naruto was packing his apartment, as he wouldn't give him the satisfaction to see him leave tomorrow. All I've ever done, all the time I risked my ass for others, for this village, and they go and ban me like that? Sucks, doesn't it? Said the Kyuubi. Fox, I thought you would be sleeping. I was, but that ranting at the meeting woke me up. You do realize part of this is your fault, Naruto said. Oh sure, blame me for everything that's happened, the fox said in a sarcastic tone. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be treated like this. Think again, it's like what you said. They're biased towards anything that is not helping them in any way. It doesn't matter if it wasn't you. Everyone treated vessels like crap. It's because they are afraid. Afraid, Naruto said. Yes, they know of your potential. That is why they suppress some of your training. Because they know if you ever manage to harness all of my power, you will become a dangerous foe, which they cannot talk up to like that, because you will destroy them. I was never planned on hurting anyone, Naruto said, but after this I feel very tempted to do it. But that would only prove them right. So what would you do once you leave? I don't know, Naruto said. But somewhere out there, I'll probably find the answer. The next day, Tsunade and Shizune informed Naruto friends and the Jonins. As Shikamaru lost his school, that doesn't really happen, as they could see how angry the boy was upon hearing this crap after Naruto risked so much to bring back Sasuke. Choji was so mad he didn't even think of his stomach. Neji was surprised that the council would do this to a Konoha shinobi who did nothing wrong, as Kiba wanted to go and wring the council's neck after what happened to all of them out there and after so much that Naruto risked, but Shino held him back. Lee was crying waterfall to see a fellow dead lass who always pushed himself to get stronger, as he vowed to train for the both of them, for the both of their sakes. Ino was also outraged because she never liked the way how people treated Naruto, and she always had a soft spot for him, as she couldn't believe this was happening to him. As Tenten was enraged that the village she served would treat one of their own ninjas like filth. After she saw Naruto defeated Neji in the Chunin exams, she had grown to respect him because she saw how determined he was even though the odds was against him. Hinata, however, she was beyond crushed. Her one true love that she cared about so much, that she watched from afar, was gone, and she would probably never see him again. But she needed to tell him before it was too late. But the most suffering out of them was Sakura, who couldn't help and feel like it was part of her fault. If I hadn't let Naruto promise to bring Sasuke back, none of this would have happened, she said. The Jonins weren't taking this well either. Even worse, Kakashi-sensei. I failed to protect a comrade yet again. The group wanted to go to Naruto to visit them, but Tsunade warned them, as they may be arrested to associate with a ninja who's about to get banished. Kiba ignored her pleas though, as he went there anyway, but he was blocked by several envoys that were ordered by Danzo. Soon the day had come, as Naruto was walking through the street. As he saw the glares from the ninjas on the road, all of them sending him rather harsh glares. But when he came at the gates, he saw Konoha and his friends, the Jonins, Tsunade, Shizune, Jiraiya, Iruka, the old man and his daughter, all of them waiting for him. Guys, Naruto said, "We've come to see you off, Naruto. We're sorry that it came to this," Kakashi said. Shikamaru then spoke. "I want you to know, we all know you didn't do anything wrong. If anything, I should have taken the blame. I shouldn't have told us to split up and let you go alone to face off against Sasuke." Naruto gave Kakashi one of his famous eye smiles, as it had pure sadness in it as he looked towards Shikamaru. "I appreciate it, Shikamaru, but you cannot change what happened," he said. "I know, it's gonna be really troublesome not seeing you around here." "Thanks," Naruto said, as the two of them locked fists. As Choji approached, "It wouldn't be the same not having my favorite eating partner with me. I am sure you will manage, Choji." "Yeah, I'll eat twice as much, so it will be like you never left." "You do that," Naruto said. Ino then walked up to him. "I'm sorry this happened to you. You didn't deserve this." "I know, Ino, but what can you do?" he said. As Ino walked up and hugged him. "Be careful out there," she said. "I'm afraid we won't have that rematch," he said to Kiba. "Well, I'll probably kick your ass anyway," Kiba said, "so we'll call it my win." "Yeah, maybe. We will never know," Naruto said. Shino then approached. "I believe you will make something new of yourself," he said. "Thanks, Shino. This has got to be the first real compliment you have given me," Naruto said. "I try," Shino said. "Naruto," Lee said with tears running down his face, "I will miss you, dear friend, for you and I are dead last in arms." "Thanks, I think, but promise me you will fulfill your dreams and become a great ninja for all dead last's sake." "I will," Lee said, giving him a thumbs up. Naruto turned towards Neji. "I'm sorry, Neji. Looks like I'll never be able to change the Hyuga clan ways." "No, Naruto. Because you already helped mend the ways between me and the Hyuga clan you showed me when you opened my eyes. I will be the one to change the Hyuga's clan for both main house and branch house," he said. "Yeah, I know you'll pull it off," Naruto said. As he turned towards Tenten. "Sorry I didn't have much time to know you, Tenten," he said. "It's okay. I wish I got more time to know you as well. Beating Neji and Gaara, who I thought were unbeatable, proved to me that no matter what, you should expect the unexpected. I will honestly miss you," she said as she gave him a hug, as he hugged her back. Hinata then walked up to him. "Sorry, Hinata. I know how much of an inspiration I've been to you, and leaving has to be hard." But she then spoke. "I love you. Surprising the hell out of everyone. I love you so much, and you leaving mean we will never be together. But I just had to let you know. I have to do this," she said to herself, as she launched at him, as she kissed him, shocking the hell out of everyone even more. As Naruto stood there froze, as she breathed the kiss. "Hinata, that is why you were always that shy around me," he said. "I know I should have told you a long time ago, but I couldn't bring myself to do it before." "Well, better late than never, huh?" he said as she smiled with a nod. As she then gave him a tight hug. I'll miss you, she said. I'll miss you too, he said, hugging her back. As Sakura then approached, as tears were already falling in her eyes. Naruto, I'm so sorry. If I never made you promise to bring back Sasuke, none of this stuff ever happened. Stop it, Sakura. This has nothing to do with the promise. I wanted to bring him back as well. Just promise me you will get stronger, so you will protect the village and everyone else where I couldn't. I will. I promise I will, she said, wiping away the tears streaming down her face. I'm sorry, Kakashi-sensei, Naruto said. I guess this is it. I should be the one to be apologizing, Naruto. I shouldn't have trusted Sasuke with my Chidori. As he walked up to Naruto and gave Naruto a hug. I'm sorry, Sensei. I'm sorry, Naruto. As the both of them shared a hug. As Naruto then turned, as the Konohamaru group ran up to him. As all of them were crying. You can't go, Konohamaru said. What about our promise, he cried. Sorry, Konohamaru. Looks like it'll be up to you to become Hokage in my place. I swear, he said, drying his tears. I'll be the best Hokage for the both of us, he said. And we'll be there to help him, Mogi said. That's right, said Udon. Come here, guys, Naruto said. As three of them gave him a tight hug. As Naruto approached the old man and his daughter. Sorry, guys. I guess you won't be seeing me in the stall anymore. We will miss you, Naruto. We never had a customer happy and excited about our food like you, the old man said. As his daughter hugged Naruto, Naruto, I'm sorry. You always been like a little brother to me. I'll miss you. Thank you, Naruto said. As he approached Iruka, Naruto, no matter what happens, I was proud to be your sensei, he said, holding back some tears. Thanks, Iruka sensei, and here, I want you to have this to remember me by, he said. As he gave Iruka his headband, Naruto, Iruka said as he gasped. Since I can't wear it anymore, and it was yours to begin with, I think you should have it. Naruto, I will never forget. Never, Iruka said, as the tears were leaking out now. I know, Naruto said. Naruto then approached Jiraiya. Erosenin, I'm sorry this happened. I blame myself, Naruto. I promised someone close to me that nothing will happen. But I failed him. For what it's worth. I am glad that you were there to train me. But I guess I should end my link with the Toads, huh? Not necessary. We can use them to contact each other, and here, as he gave Naruto a scroll, that was something I was to give you when you were ready, and I believe you're ready. Thanks, Naruto says. He turned towards Navi. Sorry, Bachan. I know you came here to become Hokage for me. Thanks to me now. It gonna seem like it's all for nothing. No, Naruto. And don't worry, I'm gonna make the council pay and destroy this banishment so you can come back home. I appreciate it, Naruto said, but I don't think it will matter. The villagers will just not accept me. But thanks anyway, as Navi grabbed him and pulled him into a hug, as he felt his shoulder getting wet because she was crying. Just promise me you'll be safe out there. You're like family to me after all, she said, choking back her tears, as she pecked him on the forehead like before. As she looked at the necklace, continue to wear it with honor, Naruto. Remember, there are still those out there that still love you, she said, holding back all of her tears. As Naruto turned and saw all of them smiling at him, as he gave them a big smile, as he waved goodbye as he started to walk away, the walking turned into a jog and the jog turned into a run, as they could see the tears flowing in the air as he vanished into the forest. After a leave, Naruto just kept running and running, knowing it will be too hard on him, knowing that he will never be able to come back. Soon after reaching the land of fire, he had to stop, knowing that he'd gone far from his former home. By nighttime, he found a nice hill by a clearing side, as he decided to make camp there, as he heated up a cup of ramen. As he pulled out the scroll that Jiraiya gave him. Knowing him, it's probably more of his books, Naruto thought. As he opened the scroll to find some documents, a picture of the fourth Hokage and a beautiful, red-haired woman, and a letter. What's this, he said, as he opened up the letter. As he started to read it. Dear Naruto, my son, if you're reading this, that means the sealing went as it was planned, and I perished. If you haven't been told, my name is Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage, and I am your father. I won't blame you if you feel hatred at me for what I caused you. But you must understand, as a Hokage, I couldn't ask someone else to sacrifice their child when I had my own. Your mother, Kushina Uzumaki, came from Uzu, but is gone now due to many wars. It was unfortunate she died that night when the Kyuubi invaded. She always looked forward to be a mother. I hoped you would be seen as a hero of the village for keeping the Kyuubi locked away, but I am certain I am wrong. These people in the village are too blind and self-absorbed to see past anything. Anyway, I don't have much time left. The Kyuubi is getting closer. I wish to let you know, my son, that I love you, and no matter what, I will always love you, and I will always be proud of you. As your mother is as well. I have sealed into this scroll the Namikaze fortune, and your mother's documents and her village history as well. And I have also enclosed all of the jutsu formulas that I know, and all of your mother phone jutsu in the scrolls as well. I am truly sorry, my son, but I must end this now. I love you, Naruto. I hope that one day you'll be able to forgive me. And with these final words, I tell you, you will be different. Sometimes you will feel like an outcast, but you will never be alone. You will make my strength your own. You will see the light through your eyes. As you can see, the son becomes a father, and the father becomes a son. With love, Minato Namikaze. After reading the scroll, Naruto smashed his fist into the ground. I've been lied to, he said, trembling. The Council screwed me over more than I thought. They just banished the legacy of the fourth Hokage. Shocking, isn't it? You knew, didn't you? You knew all along. True, I did. But let me ask you, would you believe me? Naruto wanted to shout again, but the fox was right. He wouldn't believe anything coming from his mouth. I guess I wouldn't have. Precisely, and since we're on the topic now, would you like a little history lesson coming from your mother? What do you know about my mother? Oh, just about everything, because you see, lovely Kushina Uzumaki was my previous vessel. What? Mom was a Jinchuriki too with you inside of her? Kid, I've been around for centuries. Are all Uzumaki burdened to carry you? Burden is such a harsh word. But, in fact, the Uzumaki was the ones who created that seed that is on your belly to seal me inside of you. Did Uzu and Konoha have ties? Naruto asks. As a matter of fact, yes. You know that red spiral on the back of your jacket before you tossed it? That was Uzu. Symbol. Wow, and here I thought it was just a fashion emblem, Naruto said. Moving on. The ties between your two nations was more than that. Because you see, your first Hokage was married to a Uzumaki kunoichi named Mito. The first was married to Uzumaki, and everyone acted like there was never any Uzumaki in existence? God, those assholes love keeping secrets, he growled out. And once again, it's worth knowing that Mito Uzumaki was my vessel before your mother. However, when she grew too old, the seal was starting to weaken, and it was transferred over to your mother. As Naruto looked at the picture, mostly his mother. Mom, you of all people must understand what I went through growing up. But what was it that made you strong enough to continue living? But Naruto then noticed how happy his parents looked together. Was it love? Bingo! Give the kid a prize, said the fox in a sarcastic tone. Hey Kyuubi, I was having a moment here. Enough with the Kyuubi crap. My name is Kurama. Kurama? Naruto said. Yes, Kyuubi is only my title. I mean, the Shikaku is Ichibai, but you don't hear people constantly referring to him as that, do you? Well, it never occurred to me that all the Biju had real names. Well, now you know, and keep an open mind about these things. Alright, I will, Naruto said. Now that that's out of the way, the big question is, where the hell are you going to go? Know that you cannot go back. I never actually thought about that, Naruto admitted. Well, you have so many places around the elemental nations to go, and they will all treat you better than that crap hole Konoha. True, Naruto said as he ate his ramen. I could go to the sand and stay with Gaara, but he's busy, as he's currently the leader of his village. I wouldn't want to bother him. Besides, I couldn't get used to the desert heat. I made friends with Shibuki, the man who would lead the hidden waterfall, but that place seemed too hidden for my taste. There is a snow country where Princess Koyuki rules, and she was very nice after our mission there, but she said the springtime would only be temporary and it will be snowy again, and I don't think I can adapt to snowy weather 24/7, and being the ruler of the land and still an actress will keep her tied up. I wouldn't be able to see much of her. What about the wave? You did love there. Yeah, I did make an impact on that village, but I don't want to burden Kazuna with anything. Sometimes you can be really too nice, kid. Only to those I care about, Naruto says. He continued to eat. Meanwhile, far away in a cave, several holograms came up. What did you find? Pain, the leader asked. Tetsu, the spy, answered. Apparently, Naruto Uzumaki was banished from Konoha. Banished? Said Kisame. Yes, apparently they didn't take kindly to Naruto roughing up their precious Uchiha, Tetsu said. Well, how about that? I guess the kid saved your little brother from going to Orochimaru, didn't he, Itachi? Deidara said. But Itachi simply remained silent. This should make things rather easier for us, though that he is no longer protected by Konoha, Hidan said. I agree, we should catch him right away, said Pain. No, said Pain. If we were to steal the Kaiju before any of the others, it will cause the Togedo statue to shatter. So we must capture the others before him. So do we just leave him there? Asked Deidara. That is exactly what he means, Deidara, said Sasori. But the time could make these preparations. It will take a while, said Kakazu. Agreed. So we will meet back here in 3 years. For then, we will be on the down low. After 3 years are up, all of your missions will continue. Dismiss, Pain said, as all of them vanish. The next morning, Naruto was on the road again as he couldn't believe all that he learned last night about his mother and the history of Usu. Whoa, I can't believe my mother's side of the family had so many secrets. Having large chakra supply, having knowledge over lots of sealing jutsu. They were the one who basically created them. Not to mention the unique shade of right here, he said, picking at his own hair. Maybe I should dye my hair in that same shade. And what good would that do, Kurama said. Well, I've been going by my mother, last name for years. And I didn't even know anything about the Uzumaki clan. Maybe it's time I embrace it. I see, said Kurama. When Naruto reached the next town, he wandered around as he found a good-looking lodge. This will do. And with the entire Namikaze clan at my disposal, I can pay for any room I want. And what will you do when it runs out? You don't even have a job, Kurama said. I'll think of something, Kurama, but right now let me relax and think things through. Naruto says he entered the lodge as he purchased a classy room that was fit for a daimyo. The place was complete with a king-size bed, a mini bar, a circular sofa, a private bathroom, complete with a jacuzzi. As Naruto went down on the bed, as it felt so comfy, but he had things to do. As he wrote a list, he created 5 clones. Alright guys, go ahead and get me these things, he said. All of the clones nodded as they went off. While they're doing that, I'll catch up on my reading, Naruto said, as he pulled out a scroll. You're actually studying? Who are you, and what did you do with that loudmouth brat? Kurama asked. Ha ha, Kurama, Naruto said, in a sarcastic tone. Now that I'm on my own, I have to start taking things seriously. Just because I am no longer a ninja of Konoha, it doesn't mean I should stop training altogether. So then, who will you fight for? Kurama asked, knowing that the reason why he fight was to protect people close to him. As of now, I guess myself, Naruto said. Well, that's until I find new people that is precious to me. Later that day, Naruto clones returned back with food, tools, new clothes, and hair dye. After having a shower, Naruto came out, as he had his clones help him. After they were done, Naruto looked into the mirror, as his hair was completely red, making him look slightly different. Now that's a look I can get used to, he said, with a smile on his face. As he got some of the new clones his clone got for him and started to change. As he was now in black shinobi sandals, dark green cargo pants, and a red short sleeve shirt covered by a black vest that was left unzipped. First step in my life, change my look. And now to find a place to have myself dinner, he said. As Naruto walked through the town, trying to find some place to get something to eat. As Naruto was walking, he saw some of the young girls looking at him, with slight blushes on their face, as he heard words like cutie, handsome, hottie, even sexy. Where the hell was all of this back in Konoha, he thought to himself. As he pressed on, as he found a ramen stand. It took 12 bowls, but he was finally finished. The chef whistled. I haven't seen a customer clear that many in under an hour. You must have a bottomless stomach, kid. Actually, I just have a large appetite, Naruto said. As the both of them laughed. I just hope you can cover this bill, the chef said. Will do, Naruto said, as he paid the chef. As Naruto then went home, night then came rather quickly, as that night Naruto was sleeping until he was facing his window when he saw a red glow shine his face. What the hell, he said as he slowly opened his eyes, as he saw a red object literally drop from the sky. What the hell is that? As he dropped into the forest out of this town. As he got up, what the hell was that thing? Let me guess, you're going to check it out, aren't you? Said Kurama. After witnessing what happened, how the hell can I not? Naruto said, as he jumped through his window and went to check it out. After getting dressed, of course. As he ran through the forest, trying to determine where it landed, Kurama spoke. Naruto stopped. What's up? Naruto said. Can you feel it? Because I can. As Naruto then waited, as he felt a sensation coming from the ground below. Yeah, you're right, I do. But what is it? I don't know, so be careful. Naruto nodded as he slowly followed the trail, as he heard a very high shriek or something. As he followed it, as he saw a giant hole in the ground. As he looked down, but it was dark. It landed here, he said, as he saw no one else coming out here. Everyone in this town must be a heavy sleeper, he said. He got some rope as he tied it to a tree, as he slowly made his way down the hole. Damn, how deep is this thing? Naruto wondered, as the shrieking sound got even louder. As he found himself underground, as there was a big walking space where he could walk around. Whatever is down here, you're getting close. I can feel it, Kurama said. Me as well, Naruto said. Naruto then saw a faint red glow coming from around the corner. When he got there, he noticed the red glow was turning bright blue. It seems like it was being affected by him somehow. He looked ahead and found a very strange object. As he saw something that almost looked like a giant mutated heart with black veins running through it. And there was blood on the ground near it. What the hell? Kurama, what do you think it is? I have no idea, but it feels like it's alive. Naruto pulled out a kunai as he slowly approached it. As he saw the black veins, they were pulsating and moving. When he reached out to touch it, it went back to the red crimson glow with a shriek. Naruto clutched his head in pain as the sound was driving him crazy. And if that wasn't enough, his nose started to leak blood while his head was pounding. What's happening? He screamed out in pain. Suddenly a force came from the object and smashed right into him as he smashed into the wall. Naruto, get out of here now, Kurama said. You don't have to tell me twice, Naruto said, as he got up and started to run, as he still held on to his head in pain. When he found the opening, he climbed up the rope as he made it out. What the hell was that all about? Naruto said, as he rubbed the back of his head to ease his headache. I don't know, but I never felt anything like that before. How do you feel? Kurama said. I feel like crap after that splitting headache, he said, as he wiped some of the blood from his nose, only to stain his own hand. As he stepped forward, but his legs shake. Damn it. As he collapsed, as he went unconscious. When morning came, Naruto jumped up, as his head was still throbbing. It felt like a hangover now. What the hell am I doing out here? As Naruto wiped his hand right at his nose. Dry blood? Kurama, are you okay? I'm fine. What about you? Kurama said. I don't really know, my head still hurts from last night. I remember now, that thing in the hole. It did something to me. Other than give you a massive headache and a nosebleed, I don't see any other injuries. I better go back and find out what that thing is, Naruto said. Wait, Kurama said. Don't be stupid, boy. After what that thing caused you down there, I don't think going back to it will be such a good idea. Then what do you suggest I do? Bottle that hole up, so no one else find out what is down there, Kurama said. Call me crazy, but even after my centuries on this earth, I've never seen anything like that. So I feel like there is more to that thing that you and I know. As Naruto was thinking that Kurama was right. He was just a human and Kurama was a beast that has lived for centuries. Alright, Naruto said, I'll close it off. As he threw a paper bomb as it exploded, caving in. Okay, it's done, Naruto said. I'm going back now, he said, as his body still felt extremely tired from last night. When he made it back, he was feeling even more exhausted. I'm gonna catch some hours of sleep, don't wake me up, okay, he said, as he collapsed on the comfy bed. You spent a whole night sleeping in the woods. How much more did you need? I am not even going to dignify that with an answer, Naruto said. About an hour later, Naruto felt rather weird as he wondered what is going on. As he opened his eyes, as he saw, what the hell? his kunais, his shurikens, a bowl of fruit, and some ninja wires and scrolls. All of them were floating. Whoa, he said, but everything fell to the ground with a crash. What the hell was that, he said. Did I just imagine that, he said, as no one else was in the room. No, you weren't, because I saw it too, Kurama said. How the hell were they floating, Naruto asked. I am not sure, but while you were sleeping, I felt your brain muscles. They were shifting. Brain muscles, Naruto said. Yes, you idiot. Every point of your body has muscles in it, not just your arms, your leg, and your torso. Well, sorry, study wasn't my specialty, Naruto said, as he walked over to his mini fridge to open it, but it opened by itself. I guess automatic opening, he said. I don't think so, said Kurama. Weird, Naruto said, as he reached to grab a drink, but it flew into his hand. Okay, what the hell is going on here? Naruto, when you reached out to grab the fridge, was your mind focused on the fridge itself? Of course it was, Naruto answered, like he was being asked a stupid question. And for the drink, were you focused on it alone? Yes. What is the point of this, Naruto asked. I have this feeling you were able to move those objects and your drink, using only your mind. You're saying I'm psychic? That's exactly the point, and it's called telekinesis. Try it again on something, by forcing the object to move, not by accident this time. As Naruto looked at the apple on the floor, as he stretched out his hand towards it but nothing happened, he did it again. The apple then started to shake. As he raised his hand and the apple went up in the air. Oh my god, I'm levitating the apple, he said, as he looked towards the orange. As he stretched out his left hand, wondering if it worked with both hands. And the orange floated up in the air. Naruto shuffled excitedly as he tried to levitate more stuff, but he got a nosebleed. Naruto quickly went to the bathroom as he got some tissue to dry the blood from his nose. Clearly that nosebleed's a sign of overexerting your brain limit. A limit, Naruto said. God damn it, we need to find you a library, said Kurama. Just go and find a library, Kurama said, as Naruto left. Meanwhile, 5 ninjas were watching him. 5 root ninjas. There he is. We almost didn't notice him because of his hair color. Remember, Danzo-sama orders eliminate him and leave no trace. Shall we do it now, one of them asked. No, there is too many people around. Wait till he's alone. Still, we have to monitor his movements, the other one said, as they followed behind Naruto while remaining hidden. Soon Naruto was at the library alone, as he was reading a book about the human body, muscles, and focusing on the brain. The average human is only able to use 10% of their brain, he read to himself. And somehow that thing the whole must have affected your brain to enable your brain to use more percentage of its power that a normal human cannot use. According to the book, the brain can function like a muscle, and like other muscles, the brain gets stronger the more you use it, well, mainly focused on your ability. So you can work your way up from smaller things, so you don't get countless of nosebleeds. But how strong do you think my brain can get, Naruto asked. The human brain is unpredictable, even to a demon like me, Kurama said. I wonder if I should tell this to Granny, or Erosenin. Nah, I don't want him to start worrying about me more than they are right now. Keeping a secret, huh? Said Kurama. So you think I should tell them? No. If the word got out to Konoha that you have telekinesis, they might send assassins after you, or try to use you. True, then it is decided I won't tell anyone from Konoha what happened to me in that hole. Now then, I think it's time I start to test my new ability out. As he stood up and returned the book, he then left the library. Naruto was wandering the town shopping district to look for something to find to use his power on. He noticed a lot of stuffed animals, and a little girl was looking at that stuff. Giraffe. Bingo, he said, as he made one of the teddy bears came down, and it was really easy to move because it was made out of fluff. As he made the teddy bear wave his arms and rush to come down at the little girl. The girl screamed out in shock. Mom, Mom, the teddy bear, it's alive, help me, she said, as her mother spun around to see the teddy bear on the floor. Sweetie, you're just imagining things. But I saw it, Mommy, I really saw it. Not now, honey, the mother said, as Naruto chuckled to himself. You're enjoying this, aren't you, Kurama said. And you're not, come on. If I had this talent when I was in the academy, I would have been the best prankster in the world. Well, not to say I'm not the best prankster after all. And you would have been hauled off to be experimented on if you did have that ability back then. You know, you really killed my mood, Naruto said. But I guess you're right. As he looked around wondering what else he should test his power on. He then saw a man with a melon cart who was busy talking to another. Watch, Kurama, he said. As he made the cart move away from the man, but he then felt his nose bleed. As he wiped away the blood, but he chuckled as the man looked around to see no one is around to push his cart. Perhaps you should go somewhere else before you get spotted, Kurama said. Yeah, you're right, Naruto said, walking off, as he was unaware that he was being watched. Do you happen to notice those phenomena happening around Uzumaki, one of the Anvus asked? Yes, our records show that he had no abilities such as that, the second one said. He must have learned to manipulate the air around him, such as most wind elemental jutsus users are capable at, said the third one. But to do that without using any hand signs, the fourth one stated. Shall we inform Danzo-sama of this, the fifth one stated. Let's see where he go before we report, said the first one as he continued to follow him. Naruto went back to the clearing in the woods as he started to levitate some small rocks, but when he tried to use it on bigger rocks, he got nosebleed. Don't overexert yourself that much, kid, or you will die from blood loss. You need practice for now, to extend your control. I know, man, exercising my brain power is harder than other exercises. Wait a minute, Shadow Clone Jutsu, I read something about it. It makes training go faster. They can train as much as they can, and when they spell, everything will simply go into my brain. I wonder if it's gonna work the same way with my telekinesis. Maybe, or maybe you will die faster if all of them get monstrous nosebleed at the same time, Kurama said. I am just keeping my options here open, Kurama, Naruto said. He then froze. Something was coming. As he spun around to see some shurikens, as they were extremely close, but he stopped all of them with his ability. Who's there? Show yourself, Naruto said. When he spoke, the ground around him rumbled. Naruto in that tree, Kurama said. As Naruto looked towards the big tree that Kurama motioned him to look at. As he summoned a Shadow Clone, as each of them draw a kunai and throw it towards the tree. But they hit the bark of a tree. I missed, Naruto said. They're coming in a frontal attack, Kurama said. As Naruto saw the Anvus rushing at him, he looked at all of them, as suddenly all of them were blown away, as he got a nosebleed. But he jumped on a boulder, not worrying about that. You aren't regular ninja. Regular ninja only serve Tsunade, and she would never order them to attack me. Very perceptive, the third ninja said as the group got up. We are here to eliminate you, Naruto Uzumaki, for the sake of Konoha, ordered by Danzo. It doesn't matter if you know that name. It's not like you'll be returning back to Konoha. You will die here. So getting me banished wasn't enough? He sent you to kill me? As Rocky was standing on started to crack. You are a danger to ninja land, and therefore, you must be put out of your misery, the second Anvu said. Naruto frowned as his eyes became slitted, and the whisker marks grew darker, as suddenly, he made all of the Anvu slam into each other. As he held up his hand and started to clench his fists, how about I put all of you out of your miseries instead? But guys, be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part, if you already know what to do, like, subscribe, comment down below and turn that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends in your social media platform. But I'm all for now, guys. See you guys soon. Peace.